The Grizzlies secure the opening tip, and we're underway on Beale Street in Memphis. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Did you see that change of direction mid-flight? And also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim? That was a thing of beauty.
Knocked loose. Oh, big finish at the rim. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
Picked up by Memphis.
Now push it. Let's attack in transition so we can build this lead.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Scoring is going to be so important for the Grizzlies this year. You have to remember, they were second from the bottom in points per game. Only the Kings were worse the year before.
Toronto with the basketball. Nice work by Fred VanVleet.
Well, you know what the old saying is, when you assume you make a... You know what I'm talking about. You can't fault the D too much there. I was expecting to kick out three.
Jonas Valanciunas, 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
And he dunks it down for 2.
I see the easy dunk. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
And they call it
a simple touch foul.
Taken away by the Grizzlies. Kicks it outside to Valanciunas. For 3, his first effort off the mark. The follow won't go either. Fred VanVleet. And look out.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. That'll be out of bounds. Simmons the last to touch. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Lowry has the basketball. Jonas Valanciunas with the block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Cleans it up. Nice answer. Taj Gibson with the slam.
And Gibson's superpower is doing all the little things very well. That's how he's made his entire career.
To Simmons. Fires the 3. That's not his range. It's no good. Cashes in for 2.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
And a throwdown.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Well done, Kyle Lowry. Missed his first. That one goes.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Jaren Jackson. The crossover, gets inside, and the slam dunk.
I'm telling you right now, with moves like that, scoring is not going to be an issue tonight.
Lowry with it. Stuffs it down with authority.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Holiday controls the basketball. He'll run the offense. Gets to the basket and scores.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Lowry into the front court. The score, 14 all. Here comes the screen. Knocked loose. Picked up by Memphis.
It's early. Get a good quality shot here.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Ben Simmons trying to cash in on three-point play. 56% for his career. Free throw's good. A three. Up by 3. Kyle Lowry with the rock to Van Vliet. Lowry guarded by the former Dookie. Fred Van Vliet to Lowry. Fires the 3. That won't go. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
Austin Rivers knocked it away.
Oh, some fans should take that ball home as a gift.
That's a souvenir. Fred Van Vliet. Nice pass to get things going.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
To Rivers. Valanciunas. Jonas Valanciunas. He's been lights out so far. 5 for 5.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Rivers to bring it into the front court. Up by 3. Throws it down off the alley-oop pass. Jay, no question. There's an unspoken bond there.
Just on the same wavelength. And how about this? Sometimes a bad pass is a great pass when you have somebody as athletic as that can catch that anywhere and slam it down.
To Jackson. And he finishes at the rim.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Lowry into the front court. Down 5. To Van Vliet. Baseline drive. Lays it up and in.
Again, Ed, if you made it to this level, you're capable of doing things that normal humans could never do, even if you're not known for it.
And he hits.
There's a natural tendency when you guard a right dominant hand player to send him left. But for a guy who's a good mid-range shooter, that's wrong. His pace dribble is his left hand. Force him to go right and know that the chances are higher of him trying to drive and attack the rim. That's knowing the scouting report.
To Van Vliet. Gets it in the left corner. Here's a chance from long range. That's off the side of the rim. Short. To Jackson. Fred Van Vliet to Ibaka. Can't connect from in close.
But if great shooters keep getting open looks, it's a matter of time before they start knocking them down. You have to start contesting some shots.
Jackson's shot, no good.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
To Rivers. Oubre. Going to launch beyond the arc. Even that shot was tough for Oubre. No good. Fred Van Vliet to Ibaka. Josh Jackson sends it away.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Austin Rivers to Valanciunas. Has a chance. Gets a look. Can't hit. Ball's controlled by Lowry to Ibaka. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Has a look. Add 2 points to the board.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
That misses with 2 seconds to go. That's it for the first quarter. The Raptors in front. One of those games, every shot seems to be going down. Only 1 quarter in the books, Jay. Defensively, what needs to be tightened up?
Both teams are on fire, but speaking of competitive juices, one of the beautiful things that we heard during the timeout, in a team huddle, you heard multiple voices that weren't the coach saying how much more they needed to fight in order to win this game. Oh, trust me, the intensity level is going to pick up a couple of notches.
Nice follow-up on the dunk there. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
Valanciunas. Rebound, Korver. A drive to the basket, but it somehow stays out. That pass taken away by Toronto.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Whistle and a timeout for Memphis. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Simmons to Jaren Jackson. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Can't connect. It's no good. Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Powell. To Gasol. And throws it down.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit. To Kyle Anderson. Count the basket at the rim.
And whether you're moving north or south or east or west, you got to be able to keep pace with the ball carrier and most importantly, stay in his chest. That's on the defender. It's way too early to be fatigued.
Driving right to the basket. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Bad pass taken away by the Grizzlies.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. If you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Wide open look, won't go. To Gasol. Oh, he had him there for a second. He was hacked. They let it go. To Simmons. He throws it down.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
To Gasol. Marc Gasol. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
Learn from that. You got to be a step ahead of the offensive player. Know that fake is coming again later.
To Young. Beyond the arc for 3. That's off the side of the rim, no good. To Gasol. Scores from the post. Now the Grizzlies will use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Justin Holiday at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 81% free throw shooter. Free throw up and good as he finishes off the three-point play. The lead is down to 6. It's the Raptors with the basketball. To Powell. Down low for Gibson. Taj Gibson above the rim. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
And as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
First one goes down. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. From long range. Man, that was a tough shot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
To Kyle Anderson. Young buries it on the catch and shoot.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
Toronto has the basketball. To Taj Gibson. Taken away by the Grizzlies. Young. Picked up by Memphis. Young lets it fly from long range. Oh, he hits the 3.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
Baseline drive, but he can't finish.
And I'm telling you from personal experience, those are the ones that keep you up late at night. A point-blank miss right there. Gotta make those.
Now the Raptors going to use a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Oh, straight down the middle, 4-2.
That boy's living his best life.
Goes to the left side. Has a chance. Holiday with a shot that won't fall.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
And a put-back slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Toronto with the basketball. That is great vision to set it up. Goes reverse to lay it in.
The assist from number 23,
To Young. Jaren Jackson with the dunk. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
Count it.
Okay, I saw a little bit of a handle there, but let's see if that confidence is still there down the stretch.
Has a look. Knocks it down from mid-range.
If you're coaching against this player, you have to throw some fake traps, some fake schemes. How are you making this player think instead of just naturally react?
Thaddeus Young sends it away.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Count the basket inside.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Ben Simmons with a piece.
Blocking so many. Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. First half in the books. The Grizzlies out in front.
The Grizzlies have the lead, but not by much. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they could keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Memphis Grizzlies. The Raptors had kept it close after one half. And the offensive glass was their domain. They scored plenty of second-chance points, asserting themselves in the paint. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Toronto Raptors.
Game track. Bench points.
This is a game where the bench guys deserve a bit of the spotlight. The thing is, you need a spotlight big enough for the reserves on both squads. This is a game that's been all about the depth in the depth chart.
Player of the half.
Simmons earns the recognition because of the sheer number of dunks he threw down. One after another, he kept rattling the rim with this awesome slam.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going. These are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Ball's controlled by the Raptors. To Van Vliet. To Gasol. Down low. And the slam.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Jumper's good.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
To Lowry. Thaddeus Young, huge block.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Fred VanVleet calls out of bounds. Last touch by Thaddeus Young. Fred VanVleet. Well done, Kyle Lowry. 4 out of 7.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Gets it in the left corner. Simmons with a shot. That won't go. Knocked loose. Taken away by the Grizzlies. Couple of cracks at the line now.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Ben Simmons, couple of free throws on the way. He's perfect from the line so far. First try, no good. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Oh, good defense by Memphis as they come up with the steal. Cleans it up. Offensive board. Rebound comes to Lowry. Oh, they call him for the foul.
The timing was just a tad bit off.
It's the Raptors with the basketball. Well done, Kyle Lowry. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
Can we all just agree that that handle is next level, but that jumper's wet too?
To Young. Around the perimeter. Simmons. That out of his range and no good. Gasol. Knocked loose. Picked up by Memphis. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Grizzlies. Time to shuffle things up. Fred VanVleet. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
And hits the first free throw. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
And he can't convert the free throw. Ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. Knocked loose. Slams it down. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
To Gasol. Drive from the baseline, but it won't go down. To Simmons. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
And they call the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just gotta let them play, ref.
Oops, he missed the first one. Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. To Young. 4-3. Off the mark. No good.
In the first half, he pretty much made every single shot. It was magical to watch. But now that you have drawn so much attention, try to get your teammates more involved.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
The free throw, good. Caps off the three-point play. The lead is 4. The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Lowry, and that's rebounded by Rivers. To Jaren Jackson. Trying to cash in. Look out. Josh Jackson slams it down in the follow.
And Ed, now that I'm considered an old guy at 37, I can say this. Nice bounce, young fella.
Jay, youthful exuberance. Hold on. Onto it for dear life. Lowry to Van Vliet. And the rebound taken in by Memphis. Oubre to Jaren Jackson. And the basket good at the rim.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Drives, but a shot won't go down. To Jackson. Had a good look there, but it's no good.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
To Jackson. Nice finish at the rim.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter. But still, keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
To Jaren Jackson. Josh Jackson. For three. Even that shot was tough for Oubre. No good. To Korver. Fires the three. Gets it to go. Coach cannot be happy with that closeout.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2. Lowry has the basketball. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go down. Josh Jackson, now a steal as the Raptors have it. Rim rocker for Norman Powell.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play.
And a putback slam.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
Lowry picked up by Rivers. Jaren Jackson to Kelly Oubre. Fires the three. That's off the side of the rim, short. Powell. Taken away by the Grizzlies. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
Kelly Oubre has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 78% at the line. First one, count it. Able to convert on both free throws. Kyle Lowry with the rock. And count the basket inside.
I've been watching this game for a long time. Sometimes all the prep and scouting in the world can help you stop a move like that.
The jumper's off the mark.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Here's a chance from long range. That misses with 3 seconds left. That ends the third quarter. The Grizzlies have the lead. Grizzlies get the first crack at it as we begin the fourth quarter, and they'll be looking to finish strong.
And when you play stingy defense on one end, the other end takes care of itself.
Knocked loose. Picked up by Memphis.
Don't rush this now. The game's been tight so far.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Ben Simmons trying to cash in on a 3-point play. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. The deficit is 6. Straight on look to Powell. He gets it.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Memphis, they've got it. Simmons to Valanciunas. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Thaddeus Young, now 3 for 9.
Come on, somebody tell me when he added that to his arsenal.
Lowry with it. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit. Powell, guarded by the former Dookie. Thaddeus Young, tips it. Raptors able to recover. Oh, nice find for the basket. Grizzlies recover.
But most importantly, you have to keep the ball moving. Maybe run some floppy sets, some horn sets. Raise those bigs up, which open up the lane, and let them be the passers to make plays easier for the guards.
Lowry into the front court. Margins 8. Knocked loose. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Grizzlies. New blood coming in for both sides.
Stepping in for the Grizzlies, number 1, Kyle Anderson.
Thaddeus Young swats it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Well, you can't do that.
His timing was a tad bit off.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Ben Simmons snatching it out of the air.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
To Van Vliet. Layup goes down. Well done.
And the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the three-point line. Flare to the rim for a lob.
Simmons add 2 points to the board.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Fred Van Vliet to Ibaka. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Defense was ready. Tough shot for Austin Rivers. Ben Simmons. Oh, that's out.
Out of here. It always looks cool, but guess what? You're still on D.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Subbing in for Memphis.
Fred Van Vliet to Gasol. Has a chance. Wide open look, won't go. Grizzlies at the controls right now. It's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. To Kyle Anderson, Valanciunas. Deep two there, won't go. Fred Van Vliet to Gasol. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Fred Van Vliet, great pass to set it up. To the rim, lays it up and in.
And when people talk about vision, people usually talk about the vision to make the pass. But how about seeing the chaos in the traffic before the pass even occurs? That's next level vision. How can I catch people out of position defensively? That's what we saw in that last possession.
Great looking vision. The monster stuff.
And that transition offense was flawless when guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
Fred Van Vliet has a look. Gets a look. Slams it home on the putback.
Not really known for attacking the glass, but I like that hustle. We need to see more of that.
To Valanciunas. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. It's no good. Shot's not going down. Oh, touch at the rim. Count it.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Austin Rivers to Simmons. Trying to cash in. Jumper's good.
We're watching the clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
To Korver. Serge Ibaka lays it in.
When things click, they click. That's good offense right there.
That pass taken away by Toronto.
Turnovers like that at this point of the game are daggers. You can't afford to have empty possessions in the final 2 minutes.
On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
To Valanciunas. Simmons. Not a good shot there as he misses it. Goes to the left side. Beyond the arc for three. And the rebound taken by Jackson. Rivers into the front court. His team up by one. Yes! And a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Ben Simmons at the line for a chance at a three-point play. At this juncture, he's shooting 60% from the line. To Powell. Knocked loose. Taken away by the Grizzlies.
I tried to work the clock here, but you have to take care of the ball in this possession.
Stuffs it down with authority.
This is why I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Doesn't get the bounce. To Simmons. The pass set it all up.
He's been doing this for years, the physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Now a whistle, and Toronto's going to use a timeout. But this game's in the balance, and time is of the essence. Took it down the lane, but it's no...
Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Now here's an intentional foul. So free throws coming up in what is an 8-point ball game.
Okay, now look over to the sideline and see what the staff is trying to draw up on the next play. That's good clock management thus far.
And gets both to drop at the line. Now the Raptors going to use a timeout. That's their second of the final 3 minutes. No more timeouts left the rest of the game. Short jumper stays out. Jonas Valanciunas pins it. That's his third block this evening.
I got ball. I got ball.
And a nice finish at the rim.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there. But see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
And he hits. Grizzlies get the victory as they win this one handily. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Grizzlies got the win in a nail-biter. They did it with blocks, and they did it with steals. More to the point, they did it with excellent defense. They committed to the grind and got rewarded as a result. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Memphis Grizzlies. The Raptors just couldn't close this one out. And while they didn't win the game, they could have won a dunk contest. They put down plenty of slams in this matchup. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Toronto Raptors.
Game track. Second chance points.
I love the physicality in this game. Players were fighting for the ball on every possession, trying to give their teammates another chance on every missed shot. Both teams showed a lot of heart.
Player of the game.
Simmons was happy to throw down plenty of dunks. And if the defense happened to be there, he brought them along for the ride. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
These are the upcoming matchups for the Memphis Grizzlies. And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.